2025 is an exciting year for the auto industries. We got new interesting cars rolling out, and at the same time, this year will mark the end for others. The list ranges from affordable, family-friendly vehicles to limited and ultra-expensive sports cars. And that's because either some companies are moving forward hybrid, fully electric, went bankrupt, or simply aren't selling that well anymore. 2025 will be the year that pushes this cause to the retirement home. Let's talk about the Bugatti Chiron, the hypercar that retired not because it was slow, outdated, or unloved, but because Bugatti's CEO woke up one day and said, "You know what this W16 monster needs? A hybrid system and a name nobody can pronounce. Enter the Tourbillon, a $4.3 million hybrid successor named after a fancy watch gear, because why say spinning thingy when you can sound like a Swiss Rolex ad? So why is this car gone? Simple: emissions regulations and CEO's midlife crisis. The new Bugatti boss, Mate Rimac, yes, the EV wizard behind Rimac, decided hybrids are the future. So the Chiron, a car that literally screams, "I hate polar bears," is being replaced by the Tourbillon. Because nothing says eco-friendly like a 1,800 horsepower hybrid that costs more than a private island. That, and also governments cracked down on emissions, and Bugatti's like, fine, we'll add a battery, but we're keeping the V16, and you'll still need a second mortgage to afford it. Moving on, we got the Jaguar F-Type. Coming from a company that decided to rebrand and go green, after a decade of being the sports car you'd end up buying used for a third of the price, Jaguar decided it was time to call it quits. The final edition? A green painted screamer that's basically Jaguar saying, "We'll miss you, but not enough to keep making you." In a bold move, they're shifting gears to a new EV lineup, promising same British reliability, now with fewer exhaust notes. In simple terms, the F-Type had its moment of glory, but became more of a bargain bin ride on the used market. Jaguar figured it was better to end things on a cheeky note and invest in electrification, riding the wave of modern trends. Speaking of, here's how green they're going. After they showcased their brand new microwave in a beautiful blue paint job, they were spotted charging it using a gasoline-powered generator. Nice, future looks promising. Another company that's ditching their cool cars to hop on the EV wave is Chevrolet. They didn't just retire the Camaro. Chevy pulled the plug on it to focus on electrification, because nothing says modern muscle like swapping roaring V8 growls for whisper-quiet torque and a charging cable. Remember the final ZL1 LE edition? That manual transmission beast was like a rebellious middle finger to an electric future, loud, unapologetic, and utterly defiant. But behind the scenes, sales numbers had been taking a hit. The Camaro was losing ground to rivals. And while die-hard fans still crave that rumbling V8 growl, the market was shifting gears. GM's corporate strategy decided it was time to invest in electrification, betting that tomorrow's buyers want instant torque from an electric motor over a rumble that shakes your soul. Moving on to the car that was supposed to be the coolest SUV out there, but failed terrible, is the Ocean Fisker. This car was supposed to be a flashy electric SUV that combined style with eco-friendly tech. Instead of delivering sustainable luxury, it left buyers with a constant, "We'll fix it in the next update" maybe vibe. But here's the simple scoop. The Ocean had too many issues. The software was buggy. Yep, it acted more like a half-finished video game than a car system. And the company ran into serious money problems. Even popular YouTuber MKBHD took a swipe at it, and his critique made a lot of folks worry about whether the Ocean was ready for the road. With all these problems piling up, Fisker's Ocean just couldn't make the cut for 2025. There are 5 Italians on the list that were discontinued for 2025, and one of them is the Maserati Ghibli. After 11 years of confused looks from the crowd, people kept staring at the Ghibli and thinking, is this really a Maserati or just a fancy Chrysler? Basically, this car was supposed to scream luxury, but it ended up just confusing people. In short, the Ghibli was retired because people weren't buying the luxury vibe, and now Maserati is gambling on an EV that promises smooth rides, with the occasional quiet breakdown to keep things interesting. Next up, we got the Lamborghini Huracan, and after 10 wild years of Lamborghini's V10 drama queen is finally retiring to make room for the hybrid successor, affectionately dubbed the Temerario. Because nothing says Italian passion like swapping a screaming V10 for a battery pack that's as flashy as it is eco-friendly. In its final act, the Huracan got a limited edition farewell that cost more than your house and lost value faster than your crypto portfolio on a market crash. It was a send-off that mixed high price tags with even higher expectations. While the Huracan roared into automotive history, the future now rides on a hybrid beast that's trying to marry performance with sustainability. Whether it can deliver that perfect Italian flair remains to be seen. The next car that won't make it into 2025 is the Hellcat-powered T-Rex of trucks that roared its way into extinction. So why did Ram kill it? Simple. Stellantis wants to go green, which in automaker speak means replacing big V8s with smaller, more efficient engines, whether we like it or not. In place of the TRX, they gave us the Ram 1500 RHO, which is basically a TRX on a diet. The 6.2-liter supercharged V8 from this car had a huge appetite on premium fuel, like it was sponsored by Shell or something. Stellantis went for a less brutal option, the Ram 1500 RHO, which gets a twin-turbo inline-six, making 540 horsepower instead of 702, which is fine, but it's like trading in a heavyweight boxer for a lean MMA fighter, capable but missing that knockout punch. And just when you think this is the end, rumors say the TRX might return next year. Maybe as a hybrid, maybe as an EV. All we can do is hope that the next TRX will be just as loud and just as ridiculous as this one. Moving on, we got the Infiniti Q50, and for this car, Infiniti decided to pull the plug and go full SUV mode. Apparently, luxury sedan became a cursed phrase. The Q50 tried to stand out with a steer-by-wire system that reviewers joked was innovative if you enjoy driving a PlayStation. In a bit of automotive family drama, its turbo V6 engine found a new home in the Nissan Z, so at least that power plant wasn't left out in the cold. In simple terms, as buyers shifted their focus to SUVs, Infiniti decided it was time to pack up the Q50 and join the crossover club. In an automotive world that will soon be dominated by electric vehicles, defenders of the internal combustion engine are losing ground. And the next vehicle to fall victim to this eco-onslaught is an Italian national treasure, the Ferrari 812 Superfast and the GTS. This is massively significant, as it could mark the end of the series production naturally aspirated V12 Ferrari free of turbocharging or hybrid technology. The brand is expected to replace it with a hybrid V12 successor. Now, more from the cars we won't see returning for 2025 is the Audi A5 Coupe and convertible. The decision to phase out these models aligns with evolving consumer preferences, favoring SUVs and electric vehicles. In the UK, for instance, the A5 Cabrio experienced declining sales with only 224 units sold in the first half of 2022, making it the slowest selling variant in the A5 lineup. The discontinuation of this model also means there will be no more drop-top Audis to come, as the A5 was the only Cabrio from Audi. Next up, we got the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, which is one of the most exciting sports sedans ever made. This car features a 2.9-liter twin-turbocharged V6, co-developed with Ferrari, producing 505 horsepower. The brand is focusing on electrification, and while that might make sense for emissions regulations, it's a sad reality for enthusiasts who love the raw emotion and driving experience of the Quadrifoglio. Like most Italian cars, this one was infamous for electrical gremlins, engine issues, and constant check engine lights. And at the same time, one of the most soulful, fun-to-drive sedans, with an amazing Ferrari-derived engine, a razor-sharp chassis, and unparalleled character, but also the stress of unexpected repairs. The last car on our list that is getting discontinued in 2025 is the Ferrari Roma Coupe, and the reason for that is mainly because the Roma Spider is taking over its role in Ferrari's lineup. At the same time, when Audi gives up on convertibles, for Ferrari looks like they're bringing in sales. And let's be honest, nothing flexes harder than a drop-top Ferrari in a rich neighborhood. So there you have it, 12 cool cars that are discontinued and won't make it into 2025. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. But until then, check out this videos right here.